Hello class, welcome to our presentation. So here we are from the fifth group of the poetry in 4G class. So in here we are group of six. For the first member there is me, Budhi Astawa, and then Pande Dharma, Adi Dharma, Angga Pratama, Wahyu Tresna, and last one is Ayu Melani. Here we are using the listen and interpret introductional method. For the first one, we will explain the introduction. So for the introduction, in here, as we know, English is something that can be said as a mandatory in our environment, which is also the language of the world. So how do we convey it? One of the most powerful things we can do is to talk. Of course, it doesn't just pass you by. There are many challenges that will be faced. When talking, we sometimes find anxiety. As what mentioned by the Tuo Mainen 2017, anxiety comes from due to the lack of practice or fear of making a mistake. So in here, we are making a line breakthrough in dealing with this anxiety in the form of improving speaking skill through repetition and interpretation of the given poem. For the next learning objective will be mentioned by my friends. So Wahyu, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Budhi. So everyone, for the next, we'll talk about our learning objective, learning media, tools, and sources. For the first, we will explain about our learning objective. So after following the learning process, students are expected to, for the first, students are understand the definitions, language, element, and types of poetry. Number second, find and able to speak each of the words clearly through poetry. And number third, telling and describing life experience, feeling, and things from the poem in front of the class. And for the last, student able to speak aloud the poem given the decrease the student's anxiety in speaking. So for the next, about the learning media, tools, and sources. For the first is learning strategies. For the learning strategies, we use strategy, namely listen and interpret. Number second, about the learning media. For the learning media, we recommended for the student to use Google Meet, Schoology, Google Form, and PowerPoint. And number third, about the tools. For the tools to support the learning media, we recommended for the students to use smartphones, laptop, or computer. For the last, about the sources, uh, we have two videos from the YouTube to support the learning process. So that's all from me. For the next presentation can be explained by my friends Ari Dharma. Ari Dharma, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time, Wahyu. And for now, I will explain about a learning method. The first learning method that used in this instructional model is blending learning. As mentioned by Sari and Wahyudin, that blended learning combine traditional classroom approach with online teaching resource and opportunity for online interaction. This require a physical appearance or in-person meeting of both instruction and student, as well as some control over student over time, location, direction, or speed of understanding. And for the second learning method is project-based learning. Project-based learning, or PBL, is a student-centered pedagogy that includes a complex classroom approach in which students are believed to achieve a deeper understanding through active exploration of real-world challenges and problems. Students not only learn awareness and core curriculum elements, but they also apply they what they learn to solve a real-world challenge and achieve tangible outcome. A digital platform are used by PBL students to develop high-quality collaborative goods. That's all about a learning methods. For the next topic will be explained by my friend Pande.
Okay, thank you Ari for the time. Now I will explain about the opening activity in this learning method. So the first one is greeting and pray. And after that, and after greeting and pray, the teacher checks the student attendance by checking the student one by one. After that, the teacher link the material or the theme or the learning activities in the form of a poem. After that, teacher give a warm-up activity, namely speak and clue the match. Speak the clue and match. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so in this activity, the teacher giving several themes that will be used to make a simple poem consisting of one verse by combining the sentence by sentence that have been made by the students to the students. After that, the teacher appoints one of the students to make a sentence and describe the themes. The sentence will be later used as the first line of the poem, and the second line of the sentence will be used as the second line of the poem. And after that, the students will appoint one of their friends to make it related their sentence to the previous sentence, and making the rhyme same as the previous sentence, or the last letter must be the same as the previous. By making several sentences that have the same letter in the last word can improve the students' vocabulary in this game, will lead the core material of this learning method. Okay, that's all from me. The next material will be explained by Angga.
Okay, thank you, Pande, for the time. So now I will explain you about the main activity of these learning methods. So for the first activity is the teacher shows a video from YouTube through Google Meet, and students understand the material displayed by the teachers by not important things in the video. After that, the teacher asks students about their understanding of the previously displayed materials, and the teacher continues the lessons by showing a video of one of the poems and teacher desert places by Robert Frost through Google Meets. And then the teacher instructs students to convey the meaning of the poetry that has been made to train students' reading and speaking skills. So in the last, the teachers conduct questions and answer sessions about the materials, and students answer regarding the meaning of the poetry. So that's all about our explanations. So the next material is explained by Ayu Melani.
Okay, now I would like to continue the presentation about closing activity. There are 4 activities in closing activity. For the first is the teacher provides a review at the end of the lesson. Second is the teacher assigns students to find an example of English poetry from a famous poet and explains the meaning of the poem. Third is students listen to information about plain learning activities for the next material. Fourth is student response to closing greetings. Okay, the next is about conclusions. From the learning method above, it can be concluded that speaking ability is a very important thing that must be continuously honed by students. Improving speaking skill can be done by utilizing poetry as a learning medium. This is because poetry has attractions and an important element that is closely related to improving speaking skill. The way that can be used by using poetry to make a presentation with poetry as the main material that can be done in the student center learning method. Okay, The time will be back for Budhi.
All right, thank you, Melanie. So here I will close the presentation from our group. So thank you for watching our video. For further information, you can access the Word files that we have sent. Thank you for the time. See ya.